Today we'll be discussing triangular wave generator. This is in the previous lecture we had described square wave generator and we had also described a comparator. So a triangular wave generator can be designed by the help of square wave generator followed by an integrator, or it can also be designed by using a comparator followed by an integrator. So by the help of square wave generator or a comparator, what we will do, we will obtain a square wave, and by the help of integrator we'll be changing square wave to triangular wave. So this is the basic principle lying behind a triangular wave generation. One of the thing you should remember, that frequency of the triangular wave that is obtained is similar to that of the square frequency of square wave. So we can make two circuits. One is this we have already studied. This is square wave generator, and this circuit also we have studied, and when we had studied operational amplifier, this is a simple integrator circuit. So when integrator circuit, the input of integrator circuit is connected to the square wave generator, then what happens, square wave is fed into the integrator, and in turn we get a triangular wave. So this circuit is a triangular wave generator which includes square wave generator plus an integrator. Similar circuit can be used by making a comparator, by using a comparator. See, this is the square wave generator that generates a square wave here, and this is the triangular wave that is being generated at output. This is V0 output, V0 dash output, and this is V0. So at V0 dash we get a square wave, and at V0 we get a triangular wave. Now this same thing can be obtained by using a comparator circuit also. See, so this is basic comparator circuit that we have already studied, and this is the integrator. So when we fed comparator output of the comparator to the input of the integrator, the output of the integrator gives us a triangular wave. So this is basic comparator plus integrator circuit that is combined, called triangular wave generator. So here we'll be discussing in detail this comparator plus integrator circuit. Now in the diagram, as you can see, I'll make it a little bit short. See, in the diagram you can see two op amps, A1 and A2. A1 op amp is used to as a comparator, and this will be used in an integrator circuit. So first of all, comparator A1 compares the two voltages at both non-inverting and inverting end. Since the inverting input voltage, as you can see, is grounded, so the inverting input voltage V2 is 0. And comparator A1, what does it do? It compares voltage at non-inverting end V1 with this V2. So this is our reference voltage. In turn it gives a square wave. To understand the working of a triangular wave generator, let us set the output of comparator at positive saturation plus Vsat. So now we want to explain how does it works. So let us assume that initially the output of the comparator is at plus Vsat. That is, it is giving output equal to plus Vcc. This positive saturation voltage is the input to the inverting integrator. See here, the input is being fed into the inverting end. So this is inverting integrator. So the final output will be a negative going ramp. obvious, it is obvious. If it is giving the input is positive going, then output will be a negative going ramp. When the negative going ramp attains a certain value, let us say minus V ramp, then what happens? The voltage V1 becomes slightly negative, and hence the output of the comparator will switch from positive saturation to negative saturation. So what happens? We are saying initially that V1 is slightly greater than V2. So what we have assumed initially, that V1 is greater than V2. So the output is positive saturated voltage, that is plus VCC. So now what happens? This is positive saturation, and the output, because it is connected to the inverting end, the output of the integrator is negative going ramp. So it keeps on going negative, and when at a point its voltage is fed back again to the input of V1. So what does this mean? This means a part of the output voltage is fed again to the V1. So when it turns, it goes on becoming negative. At a point, what happens? At a point, this voltage V1 is slightly less than V2. At that position, V2 takes over according to comparator principle, and the output becomes minus Vsat. So, and then it remains stabilizes. So what happens? The output of the integrator was giving negative ramp. At a particular value, the comparator resets sets to minus V saturation, and then the output will be a minus Vsat square wave. So now the input becomes minus Vsat. What does this make? This makes the wave that was coming in the output of the integrator to become positive. This we can see by a diagram. See, initially we had placed the output at plus Vsat, and the output of the ramp is initially, it starts from 0 and it keeps on going to the negative side. At a particular value of voltage, the V1, because of this minus V ramp, the voltage that is fed to the V1 becomes less than V2, that is, it becomes negative. At that moment, the comparator resets itself to minus Vsat. So what happens? In the output we get a minus Vsat change. So here this change takes place. Now now output of the input of the integrator is now minus Vsat. So now what will happen? The output of the integrator, is now determined by minus Vsat. So what will happen? Because output, this is inverting integrator, so now the output of the integrator will be a positive going ramp. So this waveform will be obtained at the output of the integrator. This ramp keeps on increasing, and this makes V1 initially that was negative to 0, and then it starts to increase, and when it reaches a certain value so that it is higher than V2, then again it changes its state, and again the cycle becomes positive going, and in turn the integrator waveform output of the integrator becomes negative going. So this is how triangular wave is generated. This is all here I have written. When the negative ramp attains a certain value, let minus V ramp, the voltage V1 becomes light negative. Hence the output of the comparator will switch from positive saturation to negative saturation. This negative saturation voltage is input to the integrator. Now the final output will stop integrator below the final output and will stop negatively going and will being to go positively. When the output reaches plus V ramp, the voltage at non-inverting terminal is slightly above 0 volts. Therefore, the output of the comparator switch back to positive saturation, and this sequence is repeated. So this is the basic underlying principle behind a generation of a triangular wave through a triangular wave generator. Now we'll find the expression of frequency of such a generator. For that, we'll be discussing this waveform. See, this is the output at the square wave generator, and this is the output at the triangular wave generator. So from figure it is clear, when the output of integrator V0 reaches minus V ramp, output of comparator switches from plus Vset to minus Vset, as you can see from the waveform diagram. Just before the switching occurs, the voltage at non-inverting terminal is 0. Initially what was happening, V2 is 0 and V1 is changing, and V1 initially it was higher and it keeps on decreasing and ultimately it becomes 0 and then it becomes negative. The state changes when it becomes slightly negative. So just before state change it is 0. At that instant what happens? V0 is equals to minus V ramp and V0 dash is equal to Vset and V1 is 0. It is that state when both V1 and V2 are same. Then what happens? We apply Kirchhoff's current law at non-inverting terminal of op-amp A1 we have. So we'll be applying Kirchhoff's current law. Sorry. Here. So we'll be applying Kirchhoff's current law here at the non-inverting end. So what will happen? See. What I have written? V0 dash minus V1 upon R3 plus V0 minus V1 upon R2 is equals to 0. So no current is flowing at that instant. So the total current will be 0. So how will you calculate total current? Total current is one current was flowing coming from here and another current was coming from here, and the sum of both the currents is equal to 0 because no current is flowing through it. So what is the current here flowing through this circuit? This will be difference of the potential here upon R1, and here we will be calculating difference of the potential here and here. So in case of R1, this is R3. So in case of R3 we can write V0 dash minus V1 upon R3 plus V0 minus V1 upon R2, and the sum of these two will be 0. So this I have written here. V0 dash minus V1 upon R3 plus V0 dash minus V1 upon R2 is equals to 0. Now V0 dash is Vset. We have already known all the values. We'll put these values here. Minus V ramp R2 is equals to 0. And by solving it, we get V ramp equal to R2 upon R3 Vset. Now by the above waveform, we'll calculate V peak to peak. So if we want to calculate V peak to peak, we can see it rises from here till here. So peak to peak voltage can be written as plus V ramp minus of V ramp. So it means it is 2 V ramp. Otherwise also we can calculate from here till here, it is 2 V ramp. The distance via peak to peak voltage we are calculating. So this is 2 V ramp. Now with the help of this we can calculate output voltage, output peak to peak. So this will be putting value of V ramp, we get 2 R2 upon R3 into Vset. Now what does this equation indicates? This equation indicates the amplitude of triangular wave decreases with an increase in R3 and it increases with increase in R2. So if we want to increase the amplitude of the triangular wave, we can increase suitably, increase or decrease R2 and R3 suitably. So by suitable adjustment of R2 and R3, we can obtain the particular amplitude of the triangular wave. Now we'll still have to calculate the frequency. So now again we'll be taking the same waveform diagram, and it is clear that time taken from output waveform to swing from minus V ramp to plus V ramp is equal to half the period. You can see from the diagram, see, from minus V ramp to plus V ramp, it is half the period. So half the period, that is T by 2. We can use T by 2. So for the integrator used in the triangular wave generator, we can use the integrator formula. We know V naught is equals to minus R1 C1 integration 0 to 2 Vin dt. This is the basic integrator formula that we'll be using. So in this, what is Vin? Vin is minus Vset, T is T by 2, and V naught is V naught peak to peak. So putting all the values in the respective formula, we get the following form. This is V naught peak to peak is equals to minus 1 upon R1 C1 0 to T by 2 minus Vset dt. Now integrating it, we get the final form. By this form we have extracted T. So keeping T on one side and moving all the values on the other side, we finally get T equals to 2 R1 C1 V naught peak to peak upon V set. Now we will substitute the value of V naught peak to peak that we had calculated earlier. So that was 2 R2 upon R3 V set. Now V set gets cancelled, and this will be 4. So finally we get T equals to 4 R1 R2 C1 upon R3. So this is the time period of the waveform that is obtained at the output of the integrator. So finally we'll be calculating frequency. So we know frequency is 1 by T. So this can be written as F naught is equals to R3 upon 4 R1 R2 C1. So this is the frequency of the waveform, a triangular wave, that is obtained at the output of the integrator. From the equation, it is clearly visible that frequency is directly proportional to R3 and it is inversely proportional to R1, R2 and C1. So by suitable adjustment of R1, R2, C1, R3, we can obtain we can change or obtain the frequency that is required for our need. By adjusting this, triangular wave generator can have a suitable amplitude and suitable frequency of the form. So I'll just wind up once more. I'll go through this diagram, what we had done, we had used a comparator and an integrator. So what happened, initially we had taken for a comparator, we had put the input of the at the inverting end to 0, and the output of the input non-inverting input was connected to R1, R2 and R3 resistors that provide feedback to V1 from the output. One output is connected at square wave generator and another output is connected at triangular wave generator. By the help of comparator, we initially assume that it is giving us a positive saturated voltage. Now it will keep on giving positive saturated voltage. The state will only change when this V1 is negative as respect to V2. So how you will make this minus? This will be made minus by the help of this feedback voltage. So what happens? We have connected this output of the square wave generator to the inverting integrator. So what does inverting integrator do? It integrates the square wave to triangular wave, and because it is connected to the inverting input, so the output of the integrator is negative going. If it is positive, square wave is positive, then triangular wave is negative going. So it this negative going triangular wave, what does this do? We get an output of triangular wave, but the feedback is also negative, so negative going. So this keeps on making V1 less and less positive. Ultimately it becomes 0 at an instant, and the instant when it becomes slightly less than slightly negative as respect to V2, at that moment the state changes, and the state changes to minus Vsat. And now square wave, then this wave, what happens? This wave stops going negative further because now the state has changed. Now we are getting minus square wave. So because of the inverting input, now the wave that is obtained at the output of the triangular wave, it will be positive going. So it keeps on becoming positive going, and hence the voltage that was fed to the non-inverting end also starts becoming positive. So it is initially negative, it keeps on increasing slowly and slowly, and till it becomes 0, and till it becomes slightly higher than 0, that is more positive. As it becomes slightly more positive, again the state changes and the cycle continues. So this was the basic line principle. How do we get a triangular wave using a comparator? So in the next lecture we will be discussing a monostable multivibrator using 555 timer. Thank you.